Hello, my name is Paul Tranny, and I want to show you how you can add interactivity to any HTML content using Edge Animate. So you can do more than just add animation to content. In fact, for this animation, if I hit the space bar, you can see that animation builds. That looks pretty good. Well, I'm just going to make this item, this div, a button. So when you click on it, it's actually going to play that animation in reverse. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. Selecting this object, what I can do is I can right-click and open up the actions for this rectangle too. Another way to do it is right up here, right here where you see those two brackets, clicking right there and adding an on-click. You'll get this on-click, write whatever code you want right in here. So like, what would you write? That's the big question, right? Well, luckily, you have these code snippets over here off to the side. And I said I wanted this animation to play in reverse. Well, easy enough. Right there, there's play in reverse. So clicking on that, it adds that JavaScript. So I don't need that anymore. I know exactly what to do. Play in reverse. And that's what it's going to do when you click on that button. But you know what? That's not quite a button. In fact, what I can do is I can change that cursor to a pointer. Okay, so you actually know that is a button. Okay, so that's what's going to happen with that element. Let's preview this in a browser. Running this, there it is, rolling over that. I get the hand clicking, and it makes everything animate back out. Okay, but it doesn't come back, so we need it to come back. So what you can do is you can actually add animation, or excuse me, interactivity and additional functionality to the timeline. Because just like you have these brackets here, we have brackets right in here. In this actions layer that you have right here, I can insert a trigger. Okay, so from here, what I can do is I can just add a play. So anytime as I close that, let's click on that again, inserting that play just like that. Right here, that's what it added. It added this keyframe right here with the brackets around it. It says, hey, you know what? I'm a little play JavaScript action. So basically, whenever I get hit, I'm going to play. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this, previewed in a browser. Of course, it plays by default. Click, reverses it, and then it comes back in. So that's how you can add interactivity not only to elements on the stage here, but to the stage itself. I'm going to do one more because what you can do, and this is great, is I can come in here and I can add some additional functionality and create have an independent timeline and have functionality within it. So I'm going to take this Albert Einstein picture right here, so this guy, right click, and check this out. I can convert him to a symbol because I want to add an additional picture in here and add a button to it. So I'm going to convert him to a symbol. Okay, so it means he's going to have his own independent timeline. And I'm going to call him Einstein, just like that. And now I can double click on him, and now I'm inside of the Einstein timeline. Okay, so in here you can see him slide in. All right, I'm going to add more to this because I'm going to import another image of Einstein. In this case, this Einstein 2. This is the fun one. Right there, inserting this fun image of Einstein, just like that. Okay, so he exists the whole time, but I only want this picture to appear when you click on him. Okay, so the first thing I need to do with this version of Einstein, if I select him, I can say, you know what, don't make him always on. In fact, turn him off. Okay, just like that. Now we have Sad Einstein. Before Sad Einstein, as we'll call him, I can select that graphic and I can go into on click. I can say show element. And what do I want to show? Well, I want to show that other Einstein image. So let's take a look. Right in here, he's called Einstein 2. That's what he's called. So selecting Einstein 1, adding that functionality right in here, replacing that name with whatever I want to call, whatever element I want to show. Einstein 2. It's going to show Einstein 2 just like that. Okay, that's cool. Now, for Einstein 2, if I turn him on again, for Einstein 2, if I select him, and I want to say, hey, you know what, on the click of him, then hide him. Okay, so hide this Einstein. Just like that, okay? Turn him back off. All right, so that's kind of fun. He'll just basically turn on when you click on him, on and off. Not quite lined up. I can always adjust that later, but nonetheless, that's what the functionality is that I want. Previewing this in a browser. And notice how he actually already started to turn on. So let's take a look. It's because that keyframe right here, he's on most of the time until he hits this keyframe. So that's why you see him. So I need to bring that clear to the beginning. Now let's preview this in a browser. There's my animation. This will reverse it, but I'm going to click on him, and you can see fun Einstein, sad Einstein. Fun Einstein, sad Einstein. So that's just a quick example of how you can add interactivity on the timeline, on buttons, on extra elements, all very easily, even using those code snippets or even writing your own. So just have some fun with Edge Animate. You can download it on labs.adobe.com.